Guy, and yeah. I know the answer. Yeah, I'm like that smug old man on the chase who watches the contestants, usually just chubby plumbers from Hull, desperately break a blood vessel in their face, and under pressure trying to remember the answer to, I don't know, who once made love to Tom Hanks in the toilet at Disneyland? Okay, actually, to be fair, that's probably not one of the questions, but my point is that I know who is going to win the World Cup.
Oh, well, are you going to tell us?
Yes, lads, I have placed inside this small school bag that I stole from a child. Don't look at me like that. It's an actual briefcase. Yeah, I mean, try and bring that into geography class at my school, and oh boy, were you gonna get petty flu chucked off your face. But lads, in here is the answer to what team is winning the World Cup. And I already know. It's like some spiritual force that's just infected my brain overnight. Now I feel like I got the wisdom of Dumbledore. Well, I mean, I've still got the romantic appeal of Dobby. But lads, I already know who's gonna win, and it's, oh, hell no! No, it's Spain, alright? Okay? Spain. Oh, Christ, when I saw that piece of paper saying England in that briefcase, oh, well, then just allow me to ask the same question I asked when as a child I found condoms in my Santa stocking.
Get in there.
My uncle used to sleep in the fireplace, that's why. But no, lads, I know what you're thinking. I'm only predicting Spain to win because they just scored 7 goals in a World Cup match, right? So this is just a lazy prediction, right? And then like sitting down to watch an episode of Mrs. Brown Boys and predicting that it's about to be as funny as watching pigs eat their own poo. I mean, yeah, obviously. But actually, lads, I've had a feeling about Spain for more than a week. And then they did smash Costa Rica, and I thought, oh damn.
Why didn't I tell anyone? Why didn't I predict in a video that Spain are my favourites?
Well, I'm telling you now. I'm getting it out there on the record. I think Spain are going to win. I mean, which is downright nutty, right? And y'all thought the golden generation was dead, and now we can all forget about Spain forever, right? Well, no. Wrong. And actually, lads, that 7-0 win should prove that they won't win this thing. Because, actually, look at the record wins in group stages of World Cups. Whenever a country starts strongly with a huge monster win, that's usually a clue that they're peaking too early. I mean, it means that other countries watch this thrashing on TV and they take note and take them a lot more seriously. I mean, just clearly defending for their lives. Essentially, it just means that the secret is out. Everyone knows you're good now. I guess it's a bit like if you're watching a horror film and one of the main characters gets their heads ripped off by a monster within the first 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, you're suddenly going to be on edge. So I don't think you're suddenly going to be weeing in your seat because of a few measly jump scares now. I mean, nothing's really going to get you after that because you're already prepared. So honestly, absolutely smashing a team in the group stage is actually counterproductive. I mean, if you don't believe me, well, take a look then. Back in 2010, does anyone remember when Portugal absolutely smashed North Korea 7-0? Everyone was probably tipping Carlos Queiroz' men to absolutely power their way to the World Cup glory, right? Now, lads, they didn't score another goal after that. In fact, that 7-0 match was the only game where Portugal scored in that World Cup. It was just 3 blanks in the other matches. Honestly, Cristiano Ronaldo was so quiet at that tournament. It felt like an episode of Scooby-Doo where you'd rip off his mask and you'd see that it was actually James Milner in disguise. By the way, lads, if you're new here and you're enjoying the content, then hit that red button. Trying to get to 200k, that would be a dream. If we could all do it together on that journey, it would be absolutely incredible. So go on, join this community and smash that subscribe button. Absolute legends, back into the video. I mean, go back to 1954 and Turkey smashed South Korea 7-0. I mean, what happened then? In their next match, they then went to concede a 7 themselves and didn't make it out of the group. I mean, sure, Germany smashed Saudi Arabia 8-0 in the 2002 World Cup and actually did reach the final, but lads, no. Don't just pretend that they were one of the great World Cup teams. No, their run to the final was as convincing as watching a kangaroo try to dance. I mean, in the group stage, they failed to beat Ireland, get in, and then in the knockout stages, it was just 3 dull as mustard, 1-0 wins over Paraguay, USA and South Korea. I see what I mean? When you absolutely embarrass the opponents in a tournament, then everyone else digs in and parks a bus in front of your net. I mean, in 1938, Sweden beat Cuba 8-0 in the quarterfinal. Oh, surely they had a chance at World Cup glory then, right? Nah, they then went to conceded 9 goals in the next 2 matches. Hungary beat El Salvador 10-1 in their first match in 1982, and they didn't even get out of their group. And more recently, what about in 2006, when Argentina absolutely smashed Serbia Montenegro 6-0? I mean, I remember watching that match, and honestly, by the full-time whistle, I was drooling on the floor as if I'd just eaten my mother's birth control in a pie. Well, I mean, lads, can you imagine if Twitter was around in 2006? The website would have melted due to everyone salivating over the Argies after that match. I mean, especially when it featured a goal scored after 25 consecutive passes. Although, to be fair, thank Christ there's no TikTok for that World Cup either. Or we'd have had millions of teenagers spending that summer trying to get views by headbutting the microwave. I remember that match specifically, where everyone began to switch from the tournament favourites being Brazil to now Argentina. I mean, it helped that Argentina had exciting teenage superstars like Tevez and Messi, while Brazil, I mean, by 2006, Ronaldo did look like someone who probably eats fully grown pigs for tea. But again, lads, that 6-0 win was only in their second group match. Yeah, Argentina wouldn't win a single game after that. Well, not in 90 minutes anyway. And they only scored 3 more goals. I mean, England beat Panama 6-1 in 2018, and then followed that up by winning 1 of the next 5 World Cup matches. I mean, come on. Peaking too early is a massive thing. And those who do record huge freak wins never amount to anything. But I think Spain are gonna break the curse. Honestly, me suggesting that they will win it. It should be borderline idiocy. I mean, did you see those stats? For these early doors, free scoring teams, the curse is so strong, you'd swear they're having the battle against the power of some witch from Dundee. But, having said all that, I honestly still believe Spain are gonna win the thing. Look at the absolute strength of their midfield. Okay, yes, Sergio Busquets, on one hand, is an aging pensioner who's soon about to be playing Inter Miami's midfield with Phil Neville's son, but he is also a sporting legend with an absolute wealth of experience. I mean, think of the rapport and connection between him and his Barcelona children Gavi and Pedri. I mean, that Busquets is someone who used to be part of the same Spanish boy band that included Xavi and Iniesta. When those three together won everything in sport, yes, I realize that away from the pitch. I mean, Busquets trying to be friends with teammates born in 2002 and 2004. No, I mean, every time they get out their phone to go and swipe on TikTok, this guy must feel like an elderly babysitter. Honestly, Gavi and Pedri are part of the generation who probably don't even know what a newspaper is. They probably assume it's something used to clean up when your dog wheezes on the floor. But I just think that Barcelona trio, there will not be a single midfield in the World Cup who will have a better understanding than those three. Honestly, the connection, the telepathy. They're basically the World Cup's answer to JLS. Honestly, lads, this World Cup, it's gonna be about GBP. And okay, you might be sitting there and telling me that Busquets is just some uninspiring granddad built like a twig. Someone who looks like he hasn't had a steak sandwich in about 12 years. Now surely, considering he's soon to be MLS standards, and I mean, he shouldn't be in the Spain team, and to think that he's gonna win 2 World Cups 12 years apart, surely I've been drinking too much shoe polish, right? Well, no, lads, this Barca midfield is so strong that Luis Enrique has been forced to play the Manchester City linchpin, the heir to Fernandinho, Rodri. He's now playing the Mascherano role of being a makeshift centre back. But honestly, imagine how Pau Torres must be feeling. Last year, he was a breakout Villarreal superstar who's been linked with Chelsea, Man United and Man City. Well now, he's suddenly been offered to Wolves and Aston Villa and can't break into a Spanish centre back pairing consisting of an out of position midfielder and some guy who's French. Honestly, poor old Torres, he must be as frustrated as Jules Koundé. Both young centre backs who were promised the world, but hasn't really happened that way. But lads, also the fact that Thiago Alcantara hasn't even been given a sneeze of even getting a plane ticket to the tournament, which I have to say is borderline insanity. And Enrique should probably stop eating blue Smarties before bed. I mean, Thiago is also someone who's born and bred in the Barcelona way of play. He would have been perfect for this team. But again, it just shows the absolute strength and depth that Spain have. I mean, they're going to absolutely dominate every match. And again, that really reminds me of 2010 when absolute ballers like Cesc Fabregas and Juan Mata still couldn't get in the team. Okay, yes, I know, I said Gavi would flop. But yeah, it looks like I was wrong.
Oh, what a surprise!
Hey, be quiet! Yeah, I'm talking to myself in a cave. Honestly, I'm just the Irish golem, but no. Okay, Gavi, this tournament is not too big for him at all. Against Costa Rica, the kid looked absolutely magnificent. I'm sorry for doubting you, Gavi. I honestly thought that Spain placing their trust in a child, someone born 1 year after the final Lord of the Rings film, someone who wasn't even alive for peak Eminem, I thought it was hideously insane. Especially considering Andres Iniesta didn't make his Spain debut until he was 22. But credit where it's due, Gavi looks brilliant. I mean, they've even got the likes of an explosive Barcelona wonderkid and Ansu Fati ready to introduce into the team. He's kind of running out of time to continue being a child prodigy. I mean, I remember when he burst onto the scene in the Champions League in 2019. Yeah, that was great. Well, he's now 20 years of age. Come on, Fatty, do something. Oh, now I just sound like some unlikable guy screaming at people in the gym. But he's not the only 20-year-old forward in the squad. But like I said, Jeremy Pino and Nico Williams are still only 20 years of age. And going forward, this is the tricky part. Front three of Ferran Torres, Marco Asensio, and Dani Olmo. Oof. Not very exciting. Lads, we always hear rumours about a certain player being inexplicably frozen out of a team because
oh, he must be getting off with the manager's daughter. Ah ha ha!
I mean, remember those Wilfred Zaha jibes? Yeah, well, Torres is actually dating Enrique's daughter, and yet he's still in the team. Clearly, I mean, he must be a gentleman who turns up to the house with roses because, just wait until he breaks her heart. Wait until she catches him sniffing the feet of old women on the bus. Because then I'm guessing that Enrique is probably going to shove him so far down the Spain pecking order, he'll suddenly be next to Leote Perez in the queue. I mean, that should be the difference between this one and the one from 2010. Because yes, there were obvious goals in that attack. Nobody was questioning whether David Villa or Fernando Torres, or even Pedro, could stick the ball in the back of the net. I mean, to be fair, Torres was creaking ever closer to just being a soggy yogurt in football boots. But still, I mean, at the time, it was pre-Chelsea. He stood at his dignity. So now, I get why people might think that there might not be enough goals in this current Spain team to win, like there was in 2010, but this is where I pull the ultimate plot twist. Okay, this is gonna break your mind. Do you know how many goals Spain scored when they were crowned world champions in 2010? 8. 8 goals all competition. Yeah. Spain already have 7 this time out, and it's barely match day 2. Like it or not, this team, despite what it looks like on paper, actually have more goals in them than the team who won the World Cup. I know, trying to digest that, I mean, it's hard to get your head around, difficult to accept. Have I just blown your mind? I mean, is this like the ending of The Sixth Sense? Or when you found out that Darth Vader forgot to use a condom? I know, okay, I know. It shouldn't make sense. But it does! That Spanish team in 2010 won the tournament by controlling the midfield, slowly but surely passing the other team to death. Honestly, it was like a slow torture, like some plot of one of the Saw films. I mean, they didn't score many goals. I mean, Christmas, they came head to head with Honduras in that group and only squeaked to a 2-0 win. This Spanish team, by contrast, do look a lot more dangerous going forward. They create more chances. They're more ruthless. But I'm telling you, it's happening. Just you watch. Just you watch. I can see it in my mind's eye. Germany are going to have no chance. Spain are going to power themselves into a massive win. And yeah, this squad is a perfect blend of experienced leaders and prodigal children. Trust me, lads, I know it might be controversial because of that curse and the fact that this Spain squad on paper looks nothing compared to the one in 2010. But honestly, come back to this video a week before Christmas when they're in the final and just remember that the Irish guy, yes, he backs Spain to win. Anyway, this video, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know who is going to win the World Cup. Let me know. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.